Hello and welcome! Today, we're diving into Ramadan, a month that holds incredible spiritual weight for Muslims all over the world. We're going to look at why it's so important, what the core practices are, and really, what makes this time of year so special, pulling our info straight from the core teachings of Islam.
So, what's this month really all about? Is it truly a time for mercy and forgiveness? That's the big question we're digging into. Because, it's about so much more than just not eating or drinking during the day. It's really about a complete spiritual reset.
All right, first things first. We have to understand that for believers, Ramadan isn't a burden. It's seen as a sacred gift, a foundational part of the Islamic faith that's been around for generations.
This verse from the Quran really gets to the heart of it. It lays out fasting as a direct command from God, not just for Muslims now, but for believers way back in history too. And the main goal? It's right there, that you may become righteous. It's all about achieving this state of God consciousness, or taqwa, which is just this constant awareness of God in everything you think and do.
And this just shows you how vital fasting is. It's not, an optional extra. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, standing right alongside believing in one God, praying every day, giving to charity, and making the pilgrimage to Mecca. It's a core, non-negotiable act of worship.
So it's a pillar, an obligation, yes. But beyond that, Ramadan is talked about as a month just overflowing with these huge spiritual blessings and some pretty unique perks.
According to the prophetic traditions, the whole spiritual vibe just changes during Ramadan. For starters, the gates of heaven are swung wide open.
And at the very same time, the gates of hell are locked up tight. This creates, the perfect atmosphere for turning back to God and doing good.
And to top it all off, the devils are said to be chained. The whole idea is that the biggest roadblocks to worship are taken out of the way, making it that much easier for people to connect with God.
And check this out. There's an ultimate exclusive reward. This teaching points to a special gate in paradise called Ar-Rayyan, which means the quenched. And here's the thing, it's reserved only for those who fasted. Nobody else gets to go through it. That's a pretty powerful motivator when you're feeling thirsty during the day.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the practical stuff, the how. What are the actual rules for fasting from sunup to sundown?
And that brings us to the question you're probably asking. What exactly breaks a fast, and what's totally fine?
The big theme you're going to see here is intention. See, if you intentionally eat, drink, or do some of these other things, your fast is broken. But if you do it completely by accident, like out of pure forgetfulness, your fast is still good to go. That mercy is baked right into the rules. And for women on their period, the fast is paused, and they just make up those days later on.
And this right here gets to the real soul of fasting. It's not just an empty stomach contest. It's about disciplining your whole self, your tongue, your temper, your actions. The fast is meant to be from gossip and arguments just as much as it's from food. It's a full body, full soul commitment.
So how does all this fit into a normal day? Let's take a look at things you can totally do while fasting, and also cover who is actually exempt from having to fast in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of people think life just grinds to a halt in Ramadan, but that's not really how it works. Normal daily things, like cleaning your teeth with a miswak or taking a shower to cool off, are perfectly fine. You can even taste the food you're cooking for dinner, you just can't swallow it. It's all designed to be practical.
And the faith is really built on not making things impossibly hard for people. There are clear-cut exemptions for anyone who would seriously struggle with fasting, people traveling, those who are sick, the elderly, and women who are pregnant or breastfeeding. They can either make up the missed fast later, or if they can't, they can feed a person in need for each day they missed.
And the spirit of mercy carries over to the rewards too. There's a huge push to do good deeds this month because the spiritual payoff is believed to be off the charts. Some teachings say a single good deed can be multiplied by 10 all the way up to 700 times. And the reward for fasting itself, that's said to be in a category of its own, given directly by God.
Okay, this brings us to our last section, the special acts of worship that make the nights of Ramadan just as important as the days, and maybe even more so.
One of the biggest things you'll see in Ramadan are the special nightly prayers called Taraweeh. People gather in mosques after the last prayer of the day to do them together. And get this, praying them with genuine faith and hope is said to be a way to have all your past sins wiped clean. It all ties back to that central theme of mercy and forgiveness.
Then, for those who want to go for a really deep spiritual dive, there's something called itikaf. Think of it as a spiritual retreat, usually in the last 10 days of the month. A person basically moves into the mosque to dedicate all their time to worship, praying, reading Quran, and just disconnecting from the world to focus completely on God, especially hoping to catch the night of power, which is considered the most blessed night of the entire year.
And we'll end on this beautiful note that just captures the whole feeling of it all. It says the person who fasts gets 2 joys. First, there's that immediate, happy feeling of relief and community when you break your fast at sunset. But then there's the ultimate joy, the one you're really working for, the spiritual reward and fulfillment you hope to find when you finally meet God.